Let's just say we're well into WROL without rule of law. There's no judges, there's no juries, there's no police, and there's no prisons to contain all the crazies. The collapse happened, the world's going crazy. All the gun shops were closed and looted a long time ago. UPS and FedEx, they stopped delivering a long time ago, and they're not coming back. Right about now, this is when your gun breaks. What are you going to do? Did you prepare for that? You got the food, you got the rice, you got the beans, you got the water filters, you got all that. But did you remember to get your repair parts? Going to use the 870 for a moment here. Right? Very simplistic. That's the beauty of it. A KISS firearm. Keep it simple, stupid. Right? Do a quick check. Try to cover all the bases. Probably nothing will happen to a firearm like this, but let's just say something happened to the barrel, right? Spare barrel. Okay? Let's say the stock got damaged. Spare stock. May not be the greatest stock in the world, but you know what? In a situation like that, this'll do. How about springs? Springs are one of the most important things, and a lot of times they're extremely cheap. But if you don't have just that spring, all you've got is dead weight. Did you remember to get your springs? Magazine spring, got it covered. Okay, hammer spring, got it covered in case they break. Firing pin spring, got it covered. Okay, here's another point, guys. When you get stuff like this, especially when they're cheap, remember this: don't get one, get at least two. And if they're cheap, or if you can afford it, get 10 of them, get 20 of them. Right? Get them while you still can, because this is the type of thing that can save a firearm and maybe even somebody's life. Now they only cost a few bucks. If the collapse happens, you've got anarchy on the streets or what have you, the value of these goes through the roof. Okay? Just simple stuff like this, but you gotta get it now. Okay? Don't wait. Because the way, probably the way it's going to go down, you're not going to be sitting there watching TV and then all of a sudden a commercial is going to come on and they're going to say, in 3 weeks, the collapse begins. And they're going to give you all this time to start ordering and, calling up all these companies and giving your credit card number and getting UPS and FedEx to deliver, all this stuff. So now is your turn. Now is the time. Do it right now. Don't wait another day longer. Start getting the exploded view of your firearm, whatever one that you think you're going to rely on the most. Get the exploded view and start ordering all these small parts. Now, the 870 is such a simplistic firearm. It's easy to get stuff for that. Right? And it's easy to replace it. Very little gunsmithing involved. Now, what if perhaps you have a firearm as your primary rig that, let's say, it's just got a few more moving parts, and sometimes it can be a little finicky. You know what I mean? They do make some firearms that has, you know, sometimes they're a little problematic. Sometimes they break down. You know what I mean? So, think about it, guys. Okay? Think about it. Because if you get something like this, right? You've got something like this. Okay? We all know how it is, right? Now, let's take a look here. Okay, let's take a look. All right. Look how small that part is. Look at it. It's tiny. Very tiny. If there's no more parts going to be delivered, right? You either have your stuff now or you may be up the river without paddles. Look how tiny it is. Lose this part, lose this part, lose one of these parts here. Dead weight. You know, this nice, big, old, expensive firearm. Yeah, it's rocking, isn't it? Okay? It's out of service. Okay? It's basically worthless until you get up and running again. Can you afford that while there's anarchy going on? Can you afford to wait? Don't. A lot of this stuff is cheap. It's only a few dollars. Get your repair parts now. The other thing is, if there's violence and anarchy going on, you don't want any downtime. You want to be able to get that rig up and running right now. Don't wait. If it's something that needs to be repaired, if you got your replacement parts, you can maybe fix the broken stuff later on at your convenience. So that's my message, guys. Remember the repair parts. Don't wait. Order them now. PMCS, preventative maintenance.